My constituents look around their town and they've seen their once booming home change beyond recognition.
Westminster is in an uproar. In a move that sent shockwaves through Downing Street and left Keir Starmer's inner circle reeling, Nigel Farage has pulled off the unthinkable, just hours before Starmer was set to finalise a clandestine UK-EU agreement that would have secretly rewritten Brexit. Farage met with King Charles behind closed doors. The fallout: nothing short of an earthquake. Starmer's entire EU strategy has imploded. The carefully orchestrated summit blocked. The secret deal exposed. Reports suggest the king, reportedly furious with what he heard, intervened directly. Starmer, it said, is losing control, raging at aides, tearing up papers, and demanding to know how Farage managed to reach the monarch before him. This isn't just a political spat, it's a full-blown constitutional crisis. Behind the public facade of pragmatic speeches, Starmer was reportedly preparing one of the most controversial moves of his premiership. A covert agreement with Brussels designed to quietly reintegrate Britain into the EU. What was billed as a routine summit was anything but. Starmer's team had been meticulously crafting a sweeping UK-EU partnership that would restore pre-Brexit alignments, including legal oversight by the European Court of Justice, a youth mobility scheme to restart mass EU migration, and even taxpayer funding for European defence programmes. Political dynamite, vague language, explosive intentions. Publicly, Starmer dubbed it pragmatic cooperation. Privately, his aides knew it was political dynamite. The language was deliberately vague enough to avoid immediate headlines, just enough EU buzzwords to satisfy Brussels, yet sufficiently ambiguous to keep British voters in the dark. But one man wasn't fooled: Nigel Farage. Fresh from a surprising resurgence in local elections, Farage had been watching Starmer's every move, meticulously tracking his rhetoric, meetings with EU leaders, and talk of shared challenges. It all pointed to one inescapable conclusion: a betrayal of the Brexit vote. While Starmer was meticulously preparing for his grand unveiling, Farage was moving in the shadows. That he quietly contacted allies, spoke with whistleblowers, and, most explosively, arranged a private meeting with King Charles III. What transpired behind palace doors remains secret, but sources confirm the king was deeply alarmed by the proposed deal, particularly concerns over sovereignty, the reintroduction of foreign judicial powers, and the alarming lack of parliamentary scrutiny. Though officially neutral, the timing of what happened next was no coincidence. Just hours before Starmer was due to meet with Ursula von der Leyen, a message from the palace reached Downing Street: the summit was postponed indefinitely. EU officials were blindsided. Starmer's team went into meltdown. Farage, meanwhile, vanished, issuing only one cryptic post: the tide is turning. Panic gripped Westminster. Starmer reportedly stormed out of a security briefing, demanding answers. Who leaked the documents? Who got to the king? Most importantly, how did Farage pull this off? This wasn't merely a setback, it was a profound humiliation. Buried within the draft deal were clauses that would have handed significant powers back to Brussels: EU legal supremacy in trade disputes, alignment with EU food standards, intelligence sharing with European bureaucrats, and sweeping youth migration schemes that critics immediately branded a backdoor to open borders. Farage's intervention exposed it all, and the king's unprecedented involvement lent it historic weight. Never before has a monarch reportedly disrupted a prime minister's flagship policy in such a direct manner. The crown may not govern, but its soft power just halted Starmer's plans dead in their tracks. Farage didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, he reportedly compiled a confidential dossier containing classified memos and legal drafts that laid bare Starmer's quiet strategy to rejoin the EU without a single vote cast. Palace sources suggest the king was deeply disturbed, particularly by the proposed return of judicial, migratory, and economic powers to Brussels. Though careful not to interfere directly, the king reportedly asked urgent questions about oversight and democratic consent, hinting that the deal could provoke a constitutional crisis. Understanding the immense symbolic weight of the crown, Farage needed no press conference, just that one meeting. News of it spread like wildfire. Within hours, Labour MPs loyal to Starmer began voicing concern. Some demanded a full parliamentary debate, while others, fearing a severe backlash in Leave-leaning constituencies, threatened rebellion. Starmer's fragile coalition of centrists, Remainers, and disillusioned conservatives began to fracture. One cabinet source claimed Starmer was pacing number 10, accusing aides of betrayal. Another reported he shouted that someone had handed the country to Farage. Meanwhile, Brussels was furious. Ursula von der Leyen was reportedly livid. Leaked EU memos showed French and German officials demanding retaliation, including the suspension of fishing and defence agreements. They openly questioned the UK's reliability after the King's quiet intervention derailed the summit. Domestically, the leaks continued. Media outlets exposed draft clauses showing a clear intent to realign with the EU. Headlines exploded: Brexit betrayal, secret summit, King blocks EU deal. Even normally sympathetic media outlets began questioning Starmer's strategy. This unfolding drama marks a pivotal moment in British politics, showcasing the enduring power of the monarchy and the relentless influence of Nigel Farage. We aim to deliver only true and verified news, free from misinformation. We aim to deliver only true and verified news, free from misinformation. If you found this update insightful, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more breaking news.